who is the runner of Boost, and he's going to explain to you all what Boost is all about, and a lot more besides. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, when did Boost start?
Boost started in August 2000, so we're nearly 13 years old. It was set up by local churches to basically support young people in and around Felixstowe.
Right, okay. And at the beginning, did you get a lot of help on this and a lot of support?
Yeah, it was a project that came out of a need for more youth work in Felixstowe,
Yes.
and for better youth work in Felixstowe.
Right.
And the churches of the town realised that if they could pool their resources, they could employ a professional youth worker to deliver more and better youth work in the town. So I was still at school 13 years ago, so I've only been at Boost for the past 2 years. But each youth worker that's come to work for Boost has brought their own little flavour and their own different type of activities. So it has changed a bit over the years, but it's continued strong for 13 years.
Yes.
And hopefully for many more to come.
And so you're not very old when you tell of you exactly how old you are.
I'm only 24.
24, which, that's brilliant to do this sort of work at that age. I think that's great. Have all the actual sort of the runners of the group, have they all been about the same age as yourself, or?
Usually a little bit older.
Yeah.
But it has varied, and we've got a good mix of trustees that manage the charity as well. So.
Okay. That's lovely. Good. And obviously, to keep something like this going, you have volunteers.
Absolutely.
To help you. And how many volunteers have you got at the moment?
We have about 15 volunteers at the moment. All of them fantastic. We wouldn't be able to do the amount or the quality of the work that we do without them.
Yes. Yes, and again, I suppose they come from all sort of aspects of life, and
absolutely, which is fab and really beneficial for the young people.
Yes, exactly.
They get all sorts of knowledge about life experience.
Yes.
Different careers, different activities, hobbies, and it all comes together.
Yes.
For their benefit, which is really useful.
Yeah, which is what obviously you need.
Yeah.
So where do you actually meet? Where do you get together?
We have a youth cafe base on Orwell Road.
Right.
In the town centre, which we call Boost Headquarters. Or Boost HQ for short. So that's a youth cafe set up with a tuck shop, sofas, game consoles, things like that.
Yes.
And that also acts as our office space. So that's where we focus a lot of our.
And whereabouts in Orwell Road? So our viewers actually know exactly where to find you.
We are next door to the gas shop.
Right.
And very importantly, opposite the chip shop.
Ah, yes. Now that is very, very important if you're hungry, isn't it? Yes. So that's a very good idea. And has it always been Centredale, or has it sort of moved?
No, that's just since I came in over the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Previous to that, we had a double-decker bus called the Boost Bus.
Oh, right, okay.
Which was a very old double-decker bus that was converted into a mobile youth centre.
Yeah.
So that used to travel around the town. It parked at Dearborn High School, the skate park, the leisure centre.
Okay.
Before it very sadly broke down a few years ago.
Oh dear.
It was sad because it had to go to the scrapyard. So
I was going to say
it was squashed.
To the big sort of bus heaven. I was going to say. So,
yes.
Yeah. Did she have a name?
Not that I know of. I think when it went wrong, it had a few names.
Yeah, so those sort of names, no. But this sort of one of you sort of had a name of its own, which I think is right.
But people still bump into me in the street and say, "How's the bus going?"
Yeah.
I have to say the bus doesn't exist anymore.
No, oh my goodness.
So it's still quite sad.
It's still very
sad,
very
but
sad.
Things move on, things change.
Yes, they do, and obviously for the better, as they say.
Yes.
So you say you've got the cafe, but you do things in other places as well.
We do, yes. Not all young people can access our cafe in the town. So we have a number of more explicitly faith-based projects at Felixstowe Academy,
right,
including a prayer space project, which is an interactive prayer room. Young people can engage with prayer through arts and craft and music through different stations. And we also have a Christian Union discussion group on a Friday, which is called Fish, and that's been running for about 50 years, I found out.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I haven't been there for all of the 50 years.
No, obviously not.
But it's been a really important part of the life of the school.
Yeah.
Over the past 50 years, so we're really privileged to be able to continue that today.
That is lovely. And again, the age group for that would be?
It's mainly 11 to 14s at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting place for debate and discussion around issues of faith and spirituality. So it's a
Yeah.
really fun mix of people come along, and it's
Yeah.
a really exciting project.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's absolutely brilliant. So obviously you've got that, and what about, do you do anything else other than the group? Do you do sort of trips and things like that? And
We do occasional trips. A few weeks ago, we ran a residential at Sizewell Hall
yes,
in combination with 5 other churches from across Ipswich. So
Right.
that was really great to kind of connect our
Yeah,
youth groups
yeah.
at Sizewell. The first thing that the young people did when they got out of the car was they ran to the beach, and you'd think they'd never seen the sea before, living in Felixstowe, which was bizarre. And we also support local churches.
Yeah.
So a lot of churches in this town, there's about 23 of them.
Yes,
It's
there's an awful lot. Yes.
Some of them might need an extra pair of hands helping with the youth group. They might want some advice on running a particular
Yes.
residential, particular course.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I can provide as my
Mm.
kind of service back to the local churches who regularly support us.
Yes, which is brilliant. Yes. So would you get involved with the carnival, say things like the carnival coming up, and you?
Yeah, we have thought about some ideas around the carnival. I think we might have to give it a miss this year,
Yes.
just because of some other things that have gone on.
Yes, so maybe next year.
But hopefully in
So,
the future we can have something.
yes, have a nice little float in there, sort of get on there and,
That'd be good.
or stall or anything. I mean, I think that was a very good way of advertising and sort of that people get to know about you.
Yeah, it's a great way of bringing the town together as
It
well.
totally
People of
is. Of
different
course it is.
ages, different backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's really great to see the town centre packed.
Yes, it definitely is. And obviously, we've got a problem. Thank you. We had a little blip there somewhere down the line. I think the camera disappeared, but never mind, we're back again. So Josh, tell me all about you.
All about me. Well,
We'd like to know about the people we actually interviewed.
how long have you got? I'm 24 years old. As I said, I'm married to my wonderful wife Nina, and we met when we were 16 at Farlingay High School. So it's funny when I meet and work with young people who are 16 years old, and I say to them, I met my wife when I was your age, and they kind of go, ah!
Yes, definitely.
As they look around the room at their potential future partners. So we're married, and we have a little puppy called Milo.
Oh.
He's great.
What kind of dog is Milo?
He's a miniature schnauzer.
Right, okay.
Miniature schnauzer. So he's just the right temperament. I enjoy taking him for walks. And in my spare time, I like reading, I like writing.
Yes.
And I'm doing a part-time master's degree as well in pastoral ministry,
Goodness.
which I try and squeeze in.
Yeah, explain to the viewers what that covers.
Well, pastoral ministry, in basic terms, is a combination of theology and social work. So it's all about the foundations of the Christian faith and how that can help people to develop holistically, not only in their faith, but
exactly.
in their self-confidence, in their careers, in
Yes.
all sorts of aspects of life and their relationships. So it's really, really interesting. Really enjoying it so far.
That's good. That's brilliant. So, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
I have absolutely no idea. When I was at high school, I was dead set that I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, right. Okay.
Everyone told me I should be a doctor.
Yeah.
I'd watched Casualty in Holby City, so I knew
all
what the role entailed. So I applied to uni to do a degree in medicine.
Right.
But the trouble is, because medicine is a 6-year course
Yes.
at the unis I was looking at, I decided to take a gap year. And I moved to Peckham to do a gap year with a charity called XLP,
Right.
who did a lot of youth work in and around the estates in Peckham.
Yes.
And I loved it so much, that's what encouraged me to go into youth work full time.
Right. Okay.
So I've learned from that experience not to be too definite about what I want to do in 5-10 years time, because as we know, you do something and your whole life changes.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I've never told myself doing this, but there you go. But as you say, everything you say, life has little twists and turns, and
It does.
you never know what's around the corner. Working in Peckham, is that's one of the more deprived areas of London?
Yeah,
It must be quite an insight.
It was excuse me, a massive change from Felixstowe.
Yes.
So to work with young people who were carrying knives themselves, whose brothers, sisters, cousins had been shot, were involved in gangs, drugs.
Yeah.
it was a massive kind of reality check.
Yeah.
And to go into schools where, before you even access the reception desk, there were numerous checkpoints where you would be stopped, where sometimes you would be searched.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Just to go into a school to help kids read English, because a lot of them didn't have English as their first language.
No, exactly.
Kids in English classes would often be translating for their friends.
Yeah.
It was just a completely different world. A really exciting place to be. Really amazing things happened. It was great to work with some fantastic young people, but it was a massive change from Suffolk and from my upbringing. Really valuable opportunity.
Yes. You obviously felt you achieved a lot getting amongst these people.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes hard to tell what you've achieved, especially over a gap year. It was only about 8-9 months.
Yes.
And I suppose in youth work, you never really sometimes get to see the change that you've made. Although a few months ago, I did meet a young man who was just turning 18.
Yeah.
I was invited to his birthday party, and it turns out that I was his little buddy mentor when he was in year 7 at high school, and I was in year 12.
Yes.
And I was his mentor for the year. And he said, "Oh, Josh, I never really got to tell you at the time, but thank you, because you really helped me to get through quite a difficult time."
Yes.
And that was really nice to hear. It's not something as youth workers we get to hear a lot of the time, because young people grow up, and it's not often until they grow up that they then appreciate the input that they had
done in the past,
when they were younger. So it's really nice to hear those stories, but you don't get to hear them a lot.
No. Oh, I think it's brilliant work, totally. So, Boost Forward, obviously you're looking for more volunteers to come in and help.
Yeah, an extra pair of hands is always greatly appreciated.
Yes, and obviously covering it, so I mean, I suppose really it's anybody interested in anything themselves that could sort of relate through to young people. Yeah,
definitely need to be passionate about working with young people.
Yes,
and also a great listener, just willing to be there and listen. It's so important because young people have a lot to say, some more than others,
exactly.
And they're often just looking for people who are willing to listen to them and accept them who they are. So that's really important for someone who's thinking about volunteering in youth work.
Yes. Well, at the end of this, obviously, we will put the website on for Boost, so they can contact Josh through there. Get out there. Worthwhile again. So many worthwhile things to be done in Felixstowe, and any spare moments, give you time. Obviously, you've got school holidays coming up. So you've got loads of things in the pipeline for that. Yeah,
and the term is coming to an end very quickly.
Very quickly indeed.
We do have a programme of summer activities, which will be on our website very shortly, maybe even by the time this video's been broadcast.
There we go.
Which is boostfelixstowe.org.uk. So we'll have some open sessions at our cafe for young people to come in and play games and pool and just have a break from home.
Yes.
We've also got some more focused activities. So there's one session which I'm looking forward to, which is all around social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, WhatsApp, all these other chat things.
There's so many of them now.
I feel really old talking about them because a lot of them I don't understand. But there are so many issues that crop up around cyberbullying, posting things which are slightly inappropriate, people misinterpreting things. And so we're going to have a whole session based around that, how you can stay safe online, how you can be yourself online, and how you can avoid getting yourself into trouble, avoid getting into awkward situations online, which is a massive thing at the moment. Not a week goes by without some kind of Facebook issue coming up. So hopefully that's a really useful session as well, which we'll be hosting throughout summer holidays.
That'll be a very good one. But yeah, I mean, get yourself down there, Obviously, it's probably be mum and dad I'm speaking to, probably mums. Tell your children about it. It's something to keep their mind buzzing. Summer holidays are an awful long time. I know I used to get bored, and that was a long while ago, so I'm sure they're going to. Josh, it's been lovely talking to you.
You too.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.